everyone, it's NQ Chef. I haven't done a weekly recap in a little bit. I've been not been doing content as of recently. I've been more so focusing on trading itself than creating content, but I am going to be trying to get back into it. Without further ado, I don't want to go too much into introduction. I want to go over this week's recap, Monday, August 10th, August 15th. And this week has been funny, to say the least. I didn't like this week's price action. It was too sloppy, in my opinion. Without further ado, let's go to Monday. Monday really upset me because I had a long played out, but we had a tradesy outage, and that was just, not fun. Anyways, we can look at market structure. We can look at this starting here, 5 a.m. We have relative equal highs over here. I was going through the day thinking, okay, we're in a sell program and we're going to drive these lows right here because they're also relatively equal. So mark them out. Right here. And what you draw to during your open. And I'm going to have these fibs drawn out. That's going to be the RTH gap, opening range gap. I have it for every New York session. And I'm primarily doing 9:30 to 11 a.m. around those times. I don't really focus on afternoon because my model focuses on taking trades during those times. I don't do afternoon. Maybe in the future I will, but for now I'm just doing this. So I saw that these lows were taken, and that's even pre-market. So we have market open here, tiny gap filled, a run down, and over here 934 is our first presented fair value gap, PFG. First presented. So I didn't want to take shorts here. I didn't see them as viable, in all honesty, because looking at higher time frame, we left all this low resistance highs here, and we took out all the sell side, and the next sell side will be over here, these relative equal lows. But given that there's this big imbalance here, I don't want to go in higher time frame because it's gonna mess up my chart. Anyways, so we're tapping into a higher time frame imbalance. So I saw this first presented and I assumed it was gonna be inversed because again we took out all of our sell side. We made so much buy side liquidity here, leaving these engineered highs. And the logic behind the engineered liquidity is that all traders, any traders taking short positions, doesn't even matter where their entry is. What matters is their stop. So they're going to have stops here. They're going to have stops here. They're going to have stops here. Now the algorithm knows that. It doesn't know exactly where their stops are, but it understands that above these highs, there are buy stops. Naturally, algorithm wants to try to go to these areas to fill large institutional orders. Anyways, so if market open, we get another manipulation so that people that went long in here, they saw rejection off this level, they also got stopped out. So to me, this just looked like very clean longs. And the gap is, I think I might move it. It's not really, it's not really this one. Okay. So, yep, first presented. And I see we kind of accumulate in this area. We take out 935 again and start to displace. Honorable mentions, this guy over here, order block. So I saw that first presented got inverse and we create a tiny FEG here. And over here, I had a long position set up. And I think I actually market ordered like one contract here, and then if it went lower, I wanted to put more. But the problem is during this like 1 hour window, Tradesy was actually down, and like I press buy, and I see the blue arrow, but I'm not in any position. I'm like, what the fuck? I tried again, so I put like total of like 5 contracts, and on this trade, I had $200 in drawdown left. So what I was planning to do is put one micro, enter here, stop loss, I think like here, or something like this, and then target this high. That's a trade I wanted to take. And you see what it played out. Drop perfect. We reacted, continue lower. But the issue was I never got that trade. I never fucking got it. So I put in these buys, and then I think the next day or during the afternoon, it's fixed. But if I bought here and settlement price is here at 5 cons, I was down like $400, I believe. So I blew the account temporarily. And then Moose said, okay, we're fixing everyone's accounts, whatever. And they didn't actually fix mine. So they recovered my account, but they still left fucking $200 in drawdown. So before it was 400, and then they brought my account back with $5 in drawdown left. But they should have recovered everything. They should just wipe Monday, but they didn't for me. So I lost that account. That was bullshit, but thankfully I had another account with them. Yeah, but this was the long to take. Yeah, first presented inversion. I didn't mind that we went back down into here. This 940 order block held us up. And that's pretty much it. And it'd always be like that. It's not super complicated. I can also plot out another thing over here. I can just see this by eye. And once you understand ICT concepts, you look at these charts long enough, you'll see it too. But over here we have OTE levels. Right, 0.75 never even gets hit. This 0.62 level within this order block. Price beautifully rejects. And then targets are hit. Again, unfortunately, I never even got this fucking trade. I was only planning to put one micro on this because this only allowed for one drawdown. If I put 2 cons here, it'd be 258. But since my drawdown 212, I wouldn't want to risk price going into here because this is where I'm comfortable with losing. So price can be in here and I'm still in. But that means I'll get stopped out here. So really my stop loss is here. Because profits. Anyways, Monday this was the trade. All this stuff. And we also have some 1050 macros. Perfect setup. Took out this high. This high failing, take over at 1015. This rejection block is also pretty valid. Because look how price does not want to go into there. Where's our silver bullet right here? Is it relevant here? Not really. Oh. But we have an okay short setup during 1050 macros. Again, it's not much confirmation, but regardless, it's a trade. Yeah, I feel like this was the only type of setup you would take if you're trying to short, right? If you weren't bullish on the day, I think ICT also had targets here today, um, but they were never reached. And I also thought we are gonna reach here, relative equal highs. We took out our sell stops, so and I wanted to just be out here because I don't need to take this whole move. I just in and out. I don't want to be in trades longer than an hour. Sometimes those happen, but usually I want to be in and out. I want to be our price action that is distributing, not accumulating or manipulating. And that's really what you're trying to do as a trader. That becomes the difficulty. So this setup could have been a short target here. Let's equal lows. Have stop here. Still a good risk to reward ratio trade. Anyways, let's move to Tuesday. So we have this daily FEG formed, and that high is this 940s low. And I just moved it because it looks a little bit weird over here because the FEG was still forming on the daily chart. So I just wanted to move it out the way. So then we have Asia open. I'm also going to mark out a midnight open for you. Okay. I remember I actually drew out a short pre-market with this FEG over here. This FEG, do something like this. Stop by that wick high. This the first FEG from the candle. Try to get these lows, something like that. And I was so on trades you can't really demo, so I'm just plotting this. You can see it in my Discord server. I sent this just like that, and trade hit. Anyways, let's move to market open. So market open, they see this leg down just completely wipes out RTH gap, and we have price dig in to south 7 here, low resistance here. Should take out and mark it out. So relative equal lows. Relative equal lows are key for liquidity. So price can reverse because retail is viewing that as a point of interest. A lot of stops there. Anyways, so over here, we take out our first objective, daily FEG here. We have a fake price run up, and 950 macros comes, takes on 938, the minor south side plus the other daily objective, and boom, here's our setup. So this trade I was watching, and I was honestly a little bit out of it, so I kind of missed it, even though I was watching it all happen. So balance at the top. So I was watching this, and I was saying, okay, I want to see 945 inverse, and I'm going to be entering here for longs. But high wasn't quick enough, and we see wick in, and just continue higher. But in reality, the better trade was, given that we manipulated already, we did a little bit of accumulation, not crazy, but we manipulated these lows, took out other daily lower objectives, as well as these relative equal lows. Oh, let's take it, drink Asia though, so never mind. But there's this low over here that we also took out. Longs do look good, and ICT, did he buy or no? Oh, I'm mistaking that from yesterday. Never mind. Or sorry, for Monday. I'm not sure what ICT did here. I don't think it's very active this whole week. Anyways, So we have inversion of this. No volume bouncer. All right. No. No. So you have 946 inversion fair value gap over here. You have this high over here. This whole order block over here. To top it all off, this FEG. So given higher time frame direction, higher time frame key levels, what did we do here? We took out all the sell side. This whole area over here, this is a smart money reversal. And majority of my trades, I do like to take reversal trades as opposed to continuations. I feel that in my model, I'm just more comfortable waiting for those reversals as opposed to continuations. I feel my own reasoning, reversals are just more, they feel like a safer bet to me. Anyways, we get into this daily target and we accumulate here a little bit. That's a key hit for smart money reversal. You see this wick not being closed over, not even being wicked over. And then we have a market structure shift here. We have this order block, these two candles, and this FEG. So the entry was either at 956 FEG or this order block, and the price discrepancy isn't that much, but boom, stop loss here, that order block wick low. Some people measure their order blocks from wicks. I see ICT, and I heard him speak about it, totally measure the bodies. Unless, it's an example we can use. Unless we sometimes have small wicks on the bodies. So like a wick like this. It's not an order block, but we have a small wick. Here there's big wicks, so we don't use them, but here, target recent high, or first presented. Now, per ICT, first presented, it has to be at least 931, but because we didn't have any price action after that, creating that first big distribution, we're going to count 930 as our first presented. So that's literally our target to our trade. If you my max risk on evals was 500, so on this eval I would have taken, let's see, okay, I quickly did the calculations, cut it out so you guys didn't see the math. But if I'm trying to target around 500 max risk, see, I went a little bit over. I'm fine with that personally. I'm not strictly doing 500 only. I actually want to do a little bit over 500 if anything, because I want to be at an eval as fast as possible. And my final profits, I'm targeting first presented FEG. I am leaving the charts after 8 minutes with $1,221. It's stupid because it's there. It's stupid. It's what it is. It's stupid. Anyways, I missed this because it wasn't that clear to me in the moment, and I was very focused on 945 imbalance. But I'm starting to realize the more important thing to realize as you're trading is not where you enter, it's where's price going. Are you entering in a swing that's going to go higher with your bias, let's say, or not your bias? I think that's what you really got to be confident in, because once you're confident in that, then you can just enter anywhere within here, right? I'm not that experienced, but the reason I'm waiting for confirmation because I'm just not that experienced. But ICT's literally entering right here. He's buying at these sell stops, because he's confident in how the market moves. But regardless, you don't have to fix on entry too much. We see where we have algorithmic imbalances to fill, just enter there. Stop loss can be here, can even be here, here. Doesn't matter. It's whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you think is gonna work. And yeah. So, and where I would have broke even at this trade. So we had this imbalance here we created. Probably once we took out this high, I would have partialed out and broke even. So on 7 contracts, probably take 1 or 2 out, break even. We stop here. And something I've heard ICT said, and I've been also struggling on my risk management for, I'd say since forever. I've been so back and forth on it, but this week I've gotten, I should start out with that. I'm so slow. I got no wins, no losses, but all break evens this week. Other than Monday. Monday would have been a win. I would count Monday as a win, but it just wasn't fair to me because Trade C didn't work. You can check my Discord. I literally have the entries there. So theoretically, 1 win. Did Friday take a trade? Today did I take a trade? No, I don't think I took a trade today. So I've been really focusing on preserving my capital over preserving the actual trade. And I think, especially being a new trader, not being seasoned, by seasoned, I mean you're in this like 2+ years, maybe even 3. Not just sloppily, like you've known about trading for 2 years. Like, I mean, you're investing in it for 2 years. That's seasoned to me, and I'm not seasoned yet. Unless you're a seasoned ICT trader, I believe you should be preserving all of your capital, even your own prop firms, even though you're dealing with demo money. Preserve your capital. So once we got up into here, even at this candle close, in all honesty, drag it up to break even. And you don't have to stress anymore. Like now you're just watching. You have the freedom of watching will my trade hit or not. And if price goes back into here, one, you have 2 options. Not do anything, just watch price action. 2, if you're really confident in where price is going, just re-enter. Simple. And why you break even, because what can you do? You got stopped out here, price goes in more into a premium, enter at a better price. TP's bigger. Or maybe just move your TP lower. Just for example. Let's say somehow this candle went even lower to this order block. Enter mean threshold. Maybe even move stop lower. It's the same trade. Just moved a little bit. So whatever you're comfortable with. But especially being a new trader, preserve your capital. Put that over your knowledge, skills, and understanding of the charts. And this is specifically for beginners and people who are not profitable, like me. So that's something I've incorporated. Anyways, this was a trade for longs. And you have Silver Bullet. It's 10 a.m. FEG, which is super. Oops. Just holds up this whole time, and we're just accumulating here. Now I'm thinking, okay, we took out this high when this first presented. Look that out. I personally got off after 11 a.m. but I got off after it. Actually, I marked out the trade here. Anyway, getting ahead of myself. So I saw we're tagging to a 5-minute FEG here. I'm not gonna go in the 5-minute. Just believe me, there was a 5-minute within here, and I thought, okay, we're gonna be in a market maker buy model. And why, to me, I didn't really believe that anymore is because look at these smooth highs we're leaving here. Oops. Smooth highs. For me, I'm okay. I'm waiting for accumulation. Different color. Accumulation, manipulation. Oh, this is actually, sorry. This is accumulation. Over here begins the manipulation, starting from this high, take out here. And then we have the distribution. This is actually like amazing AMD. Look at that. Thing is, you don't even need that. You don't even need that. So, what I had marked out, get this FEG over here. Is it really this one? IFEG. We had this IFEG here. And we took out all these highs. So this 1052 high should act as a intermediate term high. Or, sorry, high resistance high. Let me not confuse people. Because we took out liquidity here. It should not be broken if we're going to be bearish. So the setup here is market structure shift. You have inversion fair value gap. Boom, enter. Why I didn't want to take this? One, I felt like I already missed the move. I missed this move. And I thought we're actually going to go higher. That's one thing. But other than that, had this not happened, I probably would have taken the short. Target this though. And that's beautiful. And it's outside of Silver Bullet. Something I've realized, if Silver Bullet is, whoops, what did I just do? If Silver Bullet, let's start here. So 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So this is that whole window. I don't know what to name it. It's orange again. So this is the whole range. The whole range. From 10 a.m. to 11. And what do? We just ranged here. We didn't go anywhere. So Silver Bullet was sloppy. I found it from my experience, whenever Silver Bullet, the 10 to 11 window, accumulates, maybe within there it manipulates. 11 to 12 always cleans up. And the other way around, if 10 to 11 cleans up, distributes, 11 to 12, that's when lunch starts. But this is what I found in my experience trading so far. So, given that we know 10 a.m. Silver Bullet just didn't do anything, we can wait for 11 a.m. to clean up, and it did perfectly here. So we had inversion fair value gap here. Market structure shift, and there's the entry. We go a little bit higher than 1051 just because we have bodies staying below. Volume balances is this tiny order block. Go down this, also an order block. And then we just let it rip. And this is the 1050, 1050, 1110 macro. You know what? Yeah, let me smoke that out. That was, oh, that's beautiful. I didn't. Boom, boom. Macro times are fake. Macro time starts. Algorithm gets red eyes like a bull and just sees red. It just wants everything. It just wants everything. Takes out all these highs. Manipulates, distributes down, takes out this low. And then we slowly but steadily continue lower. Wow. I didn't even think this trade was that good. I didn't even know. Should have been red. So that was Tuesday. Antonio, you want to add anything to it? You want to add anything to
Um,
today's PA? Or not today, Tuesday's PA?
yeah, like Tuesday's PA. I I did see that AMD happening, but I just didn't follow through with it. I saw First Present as a strong like resistant um PD array,
Yeah.
and yeah, like you said, those smooth highs that we made during the AMD, I saw that as a draw. Um, but I was definitely frustrated with the with that long that you pointed out that I didn't take,
Mm-hmm.
and I got off before
Yeah. And
uh,
we had
having
similar
to cancel the account
situations
short.
where
Yeah.
we have like 2022 model, but the FEG isn't that prominent for us to say, oh, okay, let's enter.
Right.
Sometimes the
Yeah.
size of the FEG, it, it can be a little bit discouraging, to say the least. But yeah, we also have RTH cap that we filled, right? And we never moved past 50% of it. Continue lower. Yeah. All right. That was Tuesday. Those are Tuesday was the best, in my opinion, this week. Tuesday, usually Monday and Tuesday, I think. I don't know. Ooh, Wednesday. 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 I've in so I've been training for so 9 months now. Wow. Today, I think today is literally 5 months actually, or 9 months. I've been training 9 months. I kid you not. I've never seen a worse New York session ever than like Wednesday. This was the worst price action I've ever seen. Ever. I do not know what this was. So the trade I took and then I broke even on was off of this first presenter right here, 931. Higher time frame, we took out these relative equal highs right over here, right? And just going into it, we had CPI, or was it non-farm? No, it was CPI right here. Yeah, it's CPI. Everyone got fried here. Saw people trying to full port it, but they just blew their accounts. Anyways, so that's what's to be expected going into New York 9:30 opening. But here's what's going on in my mind. You have gap below. I'm digging into it. And what I'm thinking is we're gonna take out these data lows over here. So we took out our highs from here. This whole thing up here. Let me mark them out actually. Took it out perfectly here. Market open just runs down. Tap into first presented. And for me, I I didn't I didn't think we were going to take out. Um I think we are gonna run down right away from first presented. Just for the reason being that I expected some accumulation or some manipulation in the first 20 minutes. Um, so I waited and for confirmation that we want to go lower. My last time trading into first presenteds right away when they form, I got bad luck because I see them and I take them. Well, not all, I don't do that, but that's what I did do last week. But probably bounced around. So I see these slightly closed over first presented. To me, I'd only count that inverse depending on which direction it goes. So if it rejects, goes into it, rejects, goes higher, I could consider this inverse. If it continues lower, I call it respect, especially when it closes back over. So we have this FEG form here that got inversed. We have 931 that got reclaimed. And there's our entry. We have manipulation of 937. Let's mark out an 830 opening price. Here, yes. Midnight. Oh. Midnight opening is not relevant. So, yeah, the shorts here. And there's our entry. Either this IFEG, first presented, or the suspension block we made. This is just beautiful. So I think I took like a short here. I think I put down 3 cons. Because I didn't need to do my max risk. Because this is literally all I needed. I thought these data lows would be drawn to. It's easy, okay. And I get entered here. And I'm watching price action. And once you get to here, once you take a 940, I move to break even. I didn't take any partials here because, in all honesty, it's not even worth it. I get like $100 from this. I just partial one con, and all I do is just trail my drawdown without getting like a proper win. Not worth it to me here. On a partial, a bit lower, maybe to 50% of opening range gap, but anyways, price goes back into here and I break even. And I think I enter a couple more times in a short. I don't try to take any longs here, but I'm just watching how we're just spending so much time with it first presented. I'm like, oh my god, what are we doing? And there's just legitimately no trade to do. It's ridiculous. Wednesday was ridiculous. I didn't even want to spend too much time on it. This was just bad. And I was okay moving to break even because we're doing macros. We should go one direction or the other. Like I showed you 1050, 1050, 11, 10 on Tuesday. That was beautiful. We just ran. We manipulated. We ran. Like the manipulation already happened here when we took out 937. We should just do some small rebalancing and continue lower. But we never did that. We never did that. The setup, I love the setup, but the price action just didn't give a fuck. Setup was very nice. That was a break even. Where? On Tuesday, I actually did take a trade. I forgot. Oh, okay. It's crazy actually. So, since I thought we were in a market maker buy model, I wanted to get price to go into here. It's 5 minutes here, and then scale in my longs. Price never did that, but what did happen is because I had just like one con right at the 5-minute FEG, I actually got ticked in right here. Like we barely even tapped the volume amounts because look, you can see here. I got ticked in, and I never even smelled drawdown. And we just moved up here, and I just broke even because like, why even hold that one contract? Stupid. Um, and I wanted to re-enter, but this wick was so fast, I didn't even get time to like market order it. Zero time. And targets here for I think there are these highs for my target. I thought we'll distribute there, but market was bearish. Tree never tapped the opening price of it. The market open. 9:30 opening bell. This is the RTH. We fill on this swing low. Reject, creator first, present it for value gap, and never care about it again. From here, we just distributed higher. And I was waiting for that reversal because and I had key levels over here. We had relative equal daily highs. And I was expecting price to draw there. And so I think I had to set up something along the lines of this and like this. Yeah, it was something. It was this. I believe it was this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was this. And this trade was it was one of those times where like break even kind of screws you over and you don't get the win. Because had I never pressed broke even, TPs would have been in, I would have been happy. But why I didn't want to why I wanted to break even here was because, so where's our entry first of all? Here. Oh. Why I went break even here is because, for one, we're in macro times, so what I'm looking for is already mitigated with this FEG 1048. We mitigated once, twice, thrice, and we'd had a big distribution candle, making another market structure shift. At most, if we're bearish in the moment, we should fill this FEG, continue lower. Which I thought we did at this candle, but then we were met with crazy reaction because I think we tapped into something over here. It was like a 5-minute volume imbalance, right? Yeah, something. So I just left here, and so it just one of those times where preserving your capital will screw you over, but again, you're preserving the possibility of you losing. And that's not to be scared of your wins. It just you're not the trader you're gonna be compared to a year from now, compared to 2 years. In that season trader I was talking about. So by going break even, how ICT set it is you have the luxury of watching price action, whether you're right or wrong, without the risk of your capital. But you're still watching because you want to win. You're still learning things. You're still watching how each can performs, right? So overall, the direction, I got the direction right. The timing was wrong ultimately. But why I was okay to break even? Again, we were macro times. And what should macro times do? Just run. Just run. And then I actually see, whoa, I didn't see this. Be honest. These two highs here, accumulate a little bit. This is something else I said, remember. This is my own observation. So this is 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We went higher, then we went to equilibrium of that range. What did I do? We accumulated there. And it kind of went into 11 a.m. in intensity macro. But point is, we didn't really do much. And again, accumulation happened, manipulated. 11 a.m. just cleaned up to go lower and tapped into an hourly imbalance that we had. Oh, you rejected off it perfectly. Actually, wait. Going to high time frame for this. No, we dug deeper into the hourly. But I had my TPs exactly the hourly at this wick low, 10 a.m. 10. So it was really, the accumulation was really started from here. This is what we're looking at. 10:30 to almost 11:30. We manipulate here. Go above equilibrium of this range. And continue lower. So, in my opinion, the only setup I see to take at, given this, I either just selling it here, knowing you took out this high. IFEG here. Or what I would have taken is this FEG formed. Well, I don't know if what I'd taken, but in terms of how I like to trade, give me something like this. I would want to take a trade like this. That's relatively the same trade as this FEG. And boom. Plus you have these relatively equal lows here in the 1 minute here. So over here, once you took that out, partial, break even. Now, hand in your head or scratch your balls and just watch price action without a worry. Sometimes you can also just break even. You don't even have to partial. Because if anything, I believe you should partial near your exit. It's not always at halfway. But let's say over here, do a 50%, do like half here, 50% of the wick. Or maybe at this wick, maybe this FEG, one con, all the other cons. Just an example. But once again, we have 11 a.m. cleanup whenever 10 a.m. swap. Over here we had 10 a.m. We were due for some higher time frame retracement, which is a lower time frame distribution, which we want to capitalize on. And this was it. This was it. TP's hit super easily. Super. And that was Thursday to trade, but since I got out here, like, what is happening? I'm already on the charts way too long because I'm watching all of this happen, and for my model, I don't want this. I'm like, wow, this is shit. For my model, I don't want it. And anyways, let's go to today's trade. I didn't trade today actually. So today's price action. We had Trump tweet saying some shit about Iran. Here we had market open. And in the moment today, I was kind of able to see both sides because we took out enough sell side to potentially continue higher to just make that Judas swing go higher. But I was leaning on shorts, considering London session taking on this high, and we have London session just taking out highs, and we're taking out engineered highs over here. Boom, 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 and then right here, 9 a.m. wick high. So market is looking very bearish, but price action today was a little bit sloppy, so it was very hard to tell. So we get gap filled right away, and then going to first presented, but we don't care about it. I suspect that we're going to inverse it once again. Put that here. And I was looking for a setup shorts in the market, but in all honesty, I was watching this price action here. 950, not doing anything. Right. We had news 8:30 today. It didn't do much. It was one shoulder. We had 10 a.m. news over here. This wick over here. But it was very hard to see the setup here. So we had these 930 highs over here acting this rundown. We manipulate into it. 945 down. Take out 945 again. Go lower. We have these candles failing to go higher than 948. There's a bearish sign. Doing the suspension block 1008. And looking at price here, I think today this was one of the only entries, in my opinion, to go short. And it's no 2022 model, but not every day is going to present that. But still, we're in market conditions where price action is so crap. Like this summer, these like past 2 months, I would say. I could even say June, July, August. They've been shit. They've been shit. March was actually better, in my opinion. We had better price action than this. So my idea was higher time frame, direction lower, but because of the PA, I wasn't able to confirm what I was my predictions on the direction, higher time frame, because I didn't understand, are we like indecision? Is this inversion? What is this? Right, and we treat this as reclaimed. But the moves were shorts, and I was potentially watching for a reversal. But look at it, we didn't do it. Yeah, no, plays were shorts. Oh, let me just lower. Let's see if there's any other potential entries. No, that's pretty much the only entry for shorts. Man, I'm tired. It's 3:30 in the morning, and and something else. I remembered 8:30 opening price is very relevant here. 8:30 opened. Look how 8:30 opening price reacted here. All these levels above. Straight from 8:30. Look how we just left those wicks up in there. Here. We do not want to be in there. I think there's a 5-minute that we respected. Yeah. Look at that. This 5-minute bearish FEG was respected the entire time. And the 1-minute we have bodies over about in 5-minute it's just wicks. And go up into here, go above 8:30 opening, respect the 5-minute, and that's telling us we are bearish. If you're respecting premium, if you're respecting premium PD arrays, premium bearish PD arrays, like weak ones as well, that 5-minute wasn't too clean because we mitigated so many times. Right? We failed to go higher. We inverse 1005, inverse 1004, create a suspension block 1008, and there's our entry. In the moment, it was kind of hard to see this because just all the shit we were doing here was very hard to see. I saw 940 order block that we're reacting off of. So yeah, so I missed this, but again, I'm not too crazy about missing this because it wasn't that much of an A-tier setup, and that's only what I want to get. I want to get those A-tier setups and just not worry about the trade. And I have to also try to preserve my capital because on those A-tier setups, I'm a little bit more lenient on my capital because I know in my heart it's just gonna hit. On those trades where it's like, okay, what's gonna happen? I want to preserve my capital a little bit. But for a trade like this, if I was in, I definitely trail. So let's see, once we would take out 10 a.m. with low, I definitely want to break even. That's also data low. But I think it's gonna wrap it up for Friday's weekly recap. Unless Antonio, you wanna add anything to today's trade because we're both watching this.
Yeah, the inversion gap that you mentioned, 1004, that was Silver Bullet FEG. And then also the dealing range that we were in was, I think you said 940 order block. See how we retrace into a discount there as well relative to the dealing range. And yeah, I I also just watched that setup go. Um, but yeah, and you mentioned the reclaimed first present. See how we tap back into that before continuing to displace lower. And yeah, also the Asia relative equal lows, saw that as a draw, but yeah, just so it was a pretty clean run, but I just yeah, I didn't participate in it. So
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah. Anyways, Antonio, thank you for being on calls with me.
yeah, for
The
sure.
weekly recaps.
Mhm.
Thank you everyone else for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. I've been trying to keep my eyes open this whole time. It's been difficult. Join my server, Chart House. I'm gonna be trying to be more active there. My next video, I'm gonna be talking about risk management, breaking down just how to properly risk your prop firm accounts, 25K, 50Ks, how to risk, how to manage your risk within the trade, and everything else. So that's gonna be in the next video. But for now, thank you for watching.